How does that make the world better?
It's time for another Meet the Creator. This time out, Comic Book Man sits down with Chicago's very own writer-artist, Jim Terry.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome to my video outhouse. It's time once again for another episode of Meet the Creator, and this time we're going to be speaking with Jim Terry. Jim Terry's a local Chicago artist, writer, all-around Renaissance man, and Jim has done the book Lie Down Low, which has gotten a little bit of press here in Chicagoland area, and Jim's going to be here today. He's going to talk a little bit about his craft, he's going to talk a little bit about his book, and he's going to talk a little bit about life in general. First off, though, tell me about Lie Down Low. It's a gritty crime noir drama about two guys who sort of run afoul of some drug dealers, and they lose some money and a suitcase full of cash, and all sorts of things happen to them.
Yeah, it's essentially the age-old noir. You know, one guy's a good seed, one guy's a bad seed, and they're, you know, inexorably linked. And next thing you know, our hero is knee-deep in a world that he didn't want anything to do with. And
No, these guys aren't brothers or anything. They're just friends.
They're not brothers, but they might as well be.
Okay.
You know, and the type that would one would do anything for him, and the other one would do anything to him. You know, so.
Okay. Yeah, I've run across that type before.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And,
I was going to say, where did you get the inspiration for these guys? Are these people that you've run into in life, or are they just pastiches of other folks that you've known?
I don't know. It might be levels of id within myself. You know, there's certainly elements of me, like anybody that writes. You know, chunks of them happen to fall into the characters, and as far, I mean, most of it's nobody, especially that I know. Thank goodness. You know, there's certainly a lot of life experience that goes into into these books, especially.
Well, most fictional characters are just broad brushes of people that writers already know on some level or another. But you got to blow them up big, you know, in order to fit the narrative.
Yeah, yeah. Lie Down Low actually started. I did a comic book, a vampire western, not a zombie one, but a vampire western in college, and I did like 50 pages of this thing, and it was either lost or stolen. I have no idea, but the pages vanished, and I just decided no more for a while, and I wrote a screenplay, and it was Lie Down Low. And I've realized that I don't work well with others, and
now why is that? Because
I'm an absolute control freak.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Well.
I even do the bad lettering, so it's all you know. I'm accountable for it all.
So you're much more comfortable being a writer artist than just a writer or just an artist.
Well, I haven't really done any writing for anybody else.
Okay.
I've done art for other people, for other writers,
Yeah.
and you know that is what it is. It's fun, you know. But
I was going to say, what is that like compared to doing your own stuff? I mean, do you
It's
get as much fulfillment out of it, or
it's a completely different kind of fulfillment, because it's like you take a nugget of an idea and you get to see it visualized, and it has nothing to do with you. All you have is what you've contributed to it, so that's nice.
Yeah.
You know, but doing it myself, it's nerve-wracking because I don't know if it's good or not. You know, I just never know. You know?
Now tell me, what are your influences as far as your style goes for drawing? I mean, what artists did you grow up reading or looking at, I should say, that influenced you on some level?
Well, I actually stopped reading comics for a while in the 90s because I you know, I mean, God bless him, but I just couldn't get into the whole image style of art.
Turned you off, huh?
Yeah, I'm a huge Will Eisner fan.
Okay.
I love Wally Wood and like guys like David Lapham are just mentors to me. Bernie Wrightson, you know, J.O. Barr, those kind of guys, you know.
If some of you folks watching aren't familiar with those names, you need to go out and find them. Those are the greats of the industry. Those are the people.
Absolutely.
Those are the people that set up what the comic book industry is today. Really, I mean, in terms of graphic storytelling.
John Romita Jr. is probably my all-time favorite, like superhero kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm ashamed to admit I discovered Will Eisner late, and about halfway through the series, as a matter of fact. And,
well, as long as you discovered him, I mean, that's what's important. That's what's important.
Yeah, it's absolutely changed. I stopped using a pen and started using a brush after that, and it's so freeing. It's amazing.
Now, I assume that you're much more interested in non-costumed stories and non-costume characters, and more gritty, street-level, noirish type stories.
That's what I gravitate to, you know, even in what I read. I'm a big fan of, like, Scalped and of course, A Spirit and that old stuff.
I was assuming that Vertigo would be the stuff that you'd like reading.
I do enjoy that line quite a bit, quite a few titles from there. I hit a brick wall with Gwen Stacy turning rotten in Spider-Man, and at that point, I just kind of, it killed it in my soul.
You're not the only one to have said that. I know which story arc you're talking about. That was just a couple of years ago when Straczynski was writing the book. Right after they introduced the organic web shooters, they brought the Gwen Stacy clone back, and she wasn't as nice as the original Gwen.
No, kind of ruined a lot of my adolescent ideas about good and evil.
Tell me something. I asked you about artists. What about writers, or is it pretty much the same influences? Are there any writers out there that you really gravitate to, or is it pretty much the same? Like you mentioned Will Eisner, he was an artist-writer.
Yeah. Well, that guy's like, you know, the clouds part and I see his face, you know. But I like Bill Willingham. I like Garth Ennis, of course. It's just a blast. Everything he does is so much fun. I got to tell you, I loved the Ann Nesenti run of Daredevil in the 80s, I think.
Marvel's just gotten around to reprinting some of that stuff just recently in trade.
Unfortunately, the line work, Al Williamson is like one of the greatest inkers, and the line work gets lost in those reproductions.
Yeah. They're probably not taken from the original pages.
Mine are all thumbed up and greasy from my hand, so, you know, but I did buy those, and they are nice to have.
Al Williamson's another great artist from, I shouldn't say the golden age, or even the classic age, but he's definitely a great classic artist. Did a lot of Flash Gordon work.
Yeah, a lot of sci-fi stuff and a lot of horror, and his line work is, you can't find anything like that nowadays. Okay,
getting back to your stuff, now Lie Down Low, that's a 6-issue miniseries, and it's over with now. It's over. Are you planning on going on to another series?
Well, I have 3 different books that I kind of rotate. Okay. Lie Down Low is my crime epic, and I'm actually in the process right now of doing a one-shot follow-up to this, which, you know, just peripherally 3 different stories in one book, short stories.
Okay, so an anthology thing.
Yeah, and I do a fantasy book, which will be called Edge Bright and Leo Flynn. Right now it's called The Cave. Okay. It's just one issue, but I've got a 50-page addition to that storyline that has yet to be printed, and I got Coma. Okay. So those are the 3 that I'm concentrating on. But I mean, the possibilities are endless. I love that old Kubert War stuff, and you know, and
Sergeant
horror.
Rock, War. Yeah.
I'd love to do like a horror anthology. You know, just good stuff.
Okay. What sort of feedback have you gotten back on Lie Down Low, and I don't know how much Comet the Clown has come out. I mean, I don't know how long that's been out. Lie Down Low's been out longer, hasn't
it? Actually, Coma #1 and Lie Down Low #1 where it came out at the same time. We printed them together. It's just that Coma is such a degenerate. If I start burying myself in his world too long, I start turning into a little bit of a creep. And, you know, people start worrying about me.
Yeah, well, you need to wash yourself of your own work sometimes and get away from it and go back to other stuff.
Yeah, he's absolutely one of those love it or hate it characters. You know, people have asked me, when are you going to bring him back? And others have said, I hate that guy.
Okay. So tell me, where can people write to you or get a hold of you if they want to send you an email or if they want to see more of your stuff?
Well, I have a website. It's www.woundedbutdangerous.com. Okay. It's a mouthful, I know, but you can reach me on email there, and I'm on Facebook too. People can check out. I put up work once in a while, new stuff on there, but mainly it's my website.
Your Facebook page, is that Jim Terry or is?
Yeah, it's Jim Terry.
So you can see him on. Are you on MySpace?
I think so. I think I'm still on there.
I think I'm still on MySpace, too. Nobody goes to MySpace anymore. Everybody's on Facebook. So check out Facebook. Check out his website. And you can send him an email if you want to. You don't have a phone number that you want to give out, do you?
No.
Okay, I know we won't go there. Okay, so I've been talking to Jim Terry today. Okay, the writer artist on Lie Down Low and several other books. Until next time, this is Comic Book Man,
and I'm Jim Terry
saying,